Somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Yeah, we've all heard that line, probably too many times. But how he returned, and what the heck was Snoke was supposed to be anyways? Well, that's been one of Star Wars' biggest headaches since 2019. Now, we finally have some new in-universe answers, straight from Secrets of the Sith. This is a book being written from Palpatine's own twisted point of view. So grab your lightsabers and your Tylenol, because today we're breaking down Emperor Palpatine's actual plan for Supreme Leader Snoke, and why it's still totally insane. What's up, Headless Sword? Welcome back to the channel. Now let's be real. When the Rise of Skywalker came out, nobody understood how Palpatine survived. We got one single line from Poe Dameron saying, "Somehow Palpatine returned." And the rest of the movie basically expected us to just kind of roll with it.
The Emperor is dead.
Dark science. Cloning. Secrets only the Sith knew.
But according to later books, Palpatine didn't actually survive. His consciousness was blasted out of his dying body at the Death Star and somehow made it way across the galaxy into a clone body on Exegol. And guess what? That body was decaying, falling apart. So the Sith cult known as the Sith Eternal tried to fix the problem by creating something or someone new. That someone was Snoke. In Secrets of the Sith, Palpatine literally admits, as part of their genetic experiments, my followers had attempted to create another being that came to be known as Snoke. So Palpatine tried to use Snoke as a vessel to transfer his spirit into that body, but it didn't work. Although his body proved unworthy of containing my dark essence, Sidious says, Snoke's natural sensitivity to the Force would make him a powerful puppet nonetheless. So yeah, Snoke wasn't a master Sith, he was a puppet, created to act as Palpatine's frontman while the real Sith Lord stayed hidden on Exegol. Through Snoke, Palpatine secretly rebuilt his empire under a new name, the First Order. But here's where it gets weird. How much control did Palpatine actually have over Snoke? Was Snoke literally a walking meat puppet that Palpatine could remote control like a Sith drone? Or was he more like a clone with fake memories and just enough free will to think he was his own person? Some clues suggest Palpatine was speaking through Snoke the entire time. Just watch The Last Jedi again. I know, it's hard to get through. But Snoke says almost the exact same lines the Emperor said to Luke in Return of the Jedi. Even John Williams used hints of the Emperor's theme during those scenes. And it kind of makes you wonder if Sidious was puppeteering Snoke word for word from Exegol. And then there's the biggest mystery of all. Why could Snoke, an artificial being, use the Force? But none of Palpatine's other clones could. The only clone that worked was Palpatine's so-called son, who turned out to be Rey's father. He didn't have the Force, but his daughter did. So how does Snoke, a strandcast, an artificial creation, have a natural connection to the Force when none of the actual Palpatine clones did? Some fans think it might have something to do with Luke Skywalker's severed hand, which was shown in some early concept art for Rise of Skywalker. Maybe the Sith Eternal used Luke's DNA to help create Snoke, explaining both his power and his weird, scarred appearance. But again, none of this has been confirmed, because the deeper you dig into Palpatine's plan, the less sense it makes. So what was the endgame? According to Secrets of the Sith, Snoke's main purpose was to rebuild Palpatine's forces, the Final Order, and manipulate Ben Solo into becoming the perfect dark heir. By killing Snoke, Kylo was unknowingly passing Palpatine's test, proving himself strong enough to lead the Sith Eternal Fleet. And if that sounds like Palpatine was just making it up as he went along, well, that's because he kinda was. The old man went from wanting Kylo as a vessel to wanting Rey, to wanting both of them. At some point, it starts to feel like Palpatine was less of a mastermind and more of a Scooby-Doo villain, trying to figure out which Jedi kid to possess that week. Look, The whole Snoke-Palpatine situation is wildly convoluted, even with new material like Secrets of the Sith. But at least now we have a clearer picture. Snoke wasn't ancient, he wasn't mysterious. He was a failed clone turned puppet, built to rebuild the Empire from a rotting, half-dead Sith Lord hiding on a lightning planet. So yeah, if your head is spinning, you're not alone. Even the book ends with more questions than answers. And that's the kind of magic and madness of Star Wars lore, am I right? Now it's time for you guys to tell me what you think. Was Snoke just a puppet, or did he have his own free will? And do you want Lucasfilm to keep exploring the storyline, or should they just let the past die? Drop your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to keep those heads on, and I'll see you guys in the next video.